to raise such a small account with the currencies. So we're going to be starting with gold USD in the 1 hour time frame, because that is where I saw an entry point where I decided to put buy positions there with my $5.90 account. So this small account of $5, it can accumulate a lot of positions, so we'll just have to work with a few positions. So we are in a drawdown of $80, but that's not that much. All you have to do is make a sharp entry. I will show you why I decided to put a buy here. So if I put a shadow zone area there, this is the 1 hour time frame, and then I'll draw my trend line. Notice I'm only using the wicks. Don't use the body, you only use the wicks. I'm sure in most of my video I always urge you to use the wicks, and then I will draw the upper trend line on the wicks as well. After doing that, you then recognize that this is a pennant, right? It's sort of a triangle. So which means if it looks something like this, there's going to be a breakout going upwards, okay, with a bullish momentum. So how to range your TP, you do as I'm doing here, and then you put your arrow, and then you put another shadow zone to indicate that somewhere in that area, that is where your price must go and touch for you to take your TP. Okay, so let me show you when the TP is reached, how much on each position I would have accumulated. It would have been something like $53 for each position if it was somewhere there to the TP.
2,000 years later.
So now we are running with $25 profit. I want you to remember this. If your leverage is very big, it doesn't only mean that you get profit. It also means that if you are wrong, you will blow your account as fast as possible. So you need to take note of that too. No need to trade like me here. I'm just trying to show you the challenge here that I can raise the $5 to at least 3,000. Okay, so as we are running through it, the profit is going up. So take notice, guys. I'm not urging anyone to follow me here to do extra things I'm doing here on the position sizes. I urge you to use a small position size because you have not yet gained the experience. So I urge you to use a small one. Okay. So after some time, it has gone up. So we are in a profit of $58 with a total of 65. So as I've always said in my other videos, when my profit accumulates, I quickly close so that I build the account, so that when I end another position, I can use a lot of lot sizes. So it seems like this trade is going to take forever, so I'm just going to close so that I can get another chance to show you other setups in other currency pairs, because I don't want to take many days trading one pair. I want you to gain experience, so I'm going to be using a lot of positions, a lot of examples, so that you can get it. So now we are in Nasdaq in the daily time frame. Notice the daily time frame and the H4, they are a bit more accurate than the other lower time frames. So here I decided to draw my trend line using the wicks only, and you can notice that this is a bearish flag, and the bearish flags always go bullish when they are done contesting in the area of confluence. So that's a rally based rally, right? So which means it's going to influence to the right here. If you can notice the previous candle, the green one there, it closed inside the trend line, so which means there's bullish power. So what price will do next year for the early buyers is that most of the time it tries to go down just below the rally based rally there, where I put a small shadow zone area, so that when those who they bought too early and used a lot of position, then they will blow the account. So you need to take note of that. You need to know when to enter and when to exit. Okay, so when you are entering a buy position there, you need to take note of that the price might go down there. So will your position be able to take on that floating loss? So if your answer is a no, then I suggest you put even less positions. Okay, so I noticed that this is a uptrend in the D1, so you need to take note of that so that you don't blow your account. When the price gets closed inside the trend, it indicates more bullish power. So that is why I said to enter over there, because I noticed that the price had already gone to the stop loss taker level on the rally based rally. So I don't think it was going to go down anymore. So that is why I decided to go there. So when I get my profit here, I'm going to close. So from $5 now, I mean 263, which means in my next trade, I'm going to be putting even more position sizes. I really like to trade the retest and the breakouts. That is what I really like to trade. Now I'm in VS30. Let's see what we have here. So I decided to put more buy positions here because this is the same setup as I have traded on my last trade in Nasdaq. This is the same setup. It's just the same setup. So that is what we always have, and this is the H4, meaning the price will try to reach the rally base rally zone before it goes up. It's just the same setup. It's just the same setup. Okay, if you draw your lower trend line here, and if you draw your upper trend line, you see that this is a bearish flag, so it's about to go bullish. And then down there, you try to find your rally base rally where price can quickly go down to take the early buyers with the stop loss takers. So when you enter your positions, you need to take note that will my account sustain if it decides to go down a little bit, and if the others no, then I suggest you put buy limit or use a very small lot size that can accumulate a floating loss. Don't try to be like me here. I'm not trying to edge anyone, and if you like, this is good if you use TPs and SLs. As for me, I really don't like to do that. I'm sure you've watched a lot of YouTube videos where they urge you to put the stop loss in the TPs, but in my own experience, if you don't know how to trade yet, you just blow anyway. Whether you put your SL or your TP, you just blow your account. All you need is experience to know when to enter and when to exit. All the other stuff there is just some dramas. Anyway, as you can see, it's still going up, and I have to hold this US30 because in the T1 it's still going up. And how do I know it's still going up? I will look to the left, and there is no area of control there. There is nothing, so which means there's nothing to manipulate the price, to change the readings. So the price is just going to go up. Okay, it's just going to go up. This is the M1. In the currencies, you don't trade this to the 1 minute because the spread will kill you. So the price is just going to go up. Okay, it's just going to go up. This is the M1. In the currencies, you don't trade this to the 1 minute because the spread will kill you. When you buy there, it will throw the price a few meters ahead so that you never get profit. So I suggest you use the highest time frames as possible. So this is the H4, right? The price is still going up. Let's go down up there all the way where there are wicks. Where there are wicks. So after some time, I see that the price has gone up to reach those wicks. Those are the type of price area of confluence. So I think my TP has been reached. There's no need to stay in the trade because the price which I was waiting for to be reached has now been reached. Okay, it has been reached with a long wick there, and there's no need for me to wait for it to go down and up, down and up. And I told you that I want to have as many setups as possible so that you can see the examples. If I was trading and not making a video, I would have let these positions, I would have kept the trade so that it keeps going up to the way where it makes a breakout. So right there, there's an area of confluence there. If you can see the price has managed to break out that area going down there, the price has been complicating and it didn't break that area, so it has finally broke it. So when it came up back with the candle which I was buying here, it decided to touch the trend line. So that was my exit point, because any more point than that, the price will just keep retesting, going up and down, going up and down. It would have taken forever to end this trade. That's why I decided to just exit, and to give me a more opportunity to show you more other strategies. Like here, we are now in silver versus US dollar. I started to buy. As you can see, this is a pennant, so they always go bullish. I traded this, the first setup I got. If you check the beginning of the video, it was something like this. It always goes bullish, right? And I decided to buy because when price touched the trend line, it went up again, and then it kept the resistance. So what I did is that I put a lot of buy limits for the stop loss takers when they started to go down. So when price goes down to that area, my buy limits will be activated. I put a lot of buy limits there, and I decided to put a small buy positions which are active. In the event that it doesn't go down, I'll still be in profit. So I know that the stop loss takers of the early buyers is now going to be hit, and when it's going to be hit, it's going to activate my buy limits, and that is what usually always happens. in the 3 setups I've traded in this video, you can go and check. It has always got down to the stop loss takers, to the rally base rally or drop base drop. Like here, it decided to go down. This is the T1. It went down there and activated my buy limits, and then it went up again. So that's how it always works. You need to know that before you buy, will the market try to hit the stop loss of the early buyers, of the early sellers? And then I just decided to close here because I don't want to stay in the trade for a long time. As I'm just scalping, I'm showing you how to trade the currencies from $5 now. I'm in 1,000. So back again in Nasdaq, I'm going to put a buy. I'm going to put a little buy because I'm going to be trading this breakout. It's going to break this trend line going up. Why did I know it's going to break? Because the previous candle is fully bullish and it indicates that there's a lot of bullish power. If it had gone down with a very big wick, then I would have known that the bearish power is still intact. So I'm just going to leave the positions, put them and leave them. This is the day one, but it doesn't mean I'll trade for the day. The candle will just go up for something like 4 hours or 6, then I'll just close, because that is what scalping is. So if you notice here, this is a long uptrend in the T1, so it indicates that the price is to go up. Okay, you wait for the price to keep going up. Okay, it keeps going in the drawdown, but you just wait. As you can see, it's highly volatile and I used a lot of positions. I don't recommend any of you to use a lot of positions. I don't recommend that. I really like to trade the boom and crash in my videos, and those who I see trading the account with boom and crash, I like boom and crash more than other pairs. Then I decided to do this so that you guys can see for the currency pair that no pair is very hard to trade. All you have to do is have a good setup. Like here, I go to the 1 hour time frame and I see that there's also another bearish flag which is about to go up. So it's a very good confirmation that it has to break the trend line and then break the big trend line going upwards. All I have to do is wait because the profit is coming. So go in my WhatsApp channel so that when I send a signal, you can also access it for the other analytics and the setups. So you can comment your favorite pair. As for me, the US 100 is my favorite pair. What about yours?
An eternity later.
Well, now in 600 profit. It's very easy. If you want to use the same broker as I'm using, it has a very low spread. It will look like you're just entering and immediately getting the profit if you want to use it, but if you don't, then it's also good. So this is how you terminate a broker. This is how you take money from it. You don't use a very
6.5 hours later.
small time frame. You don't do that. So this is after a while. Don't use a small time frame. I repeat, don't use a small time frame. Okay, so now I'm in 4,000. Let's try to reach 5,000, right? Because we're already there and the trade is still on. It's still on because after the breakout there has to come a retest, and we are still far away from getting another candle in another day. So the candle must go up to pass those wicks on the left. And if you measure the space inside the channel, you can see that it hasn't reached it yet. So I put a lot of positions here. You can see it's very volatile. It's easy to blow your account. It's very easy. You blow your account very fast, so you need to really be careful. Don't use the money you can afford, and I'm not urging anyone to trade the money which they cannot afford. Trade the money you can afford to lose. If you can't afford, then use a small lot or don't trade at all. Okay, for those who are trying to reach me, I'm going to put an email for business so that you can just use that one. For business collaborations only, you can just use that email. I will be reachable and I will reply to you as soon as possible. If I don't, then my other team will. So now I'm in 5,000. I'm in 5,080, and now I'm going to take my round of glory. I'm just going to trade a very small lot. 1 cent, 10 cents. Okay, so my round of glory is this 10 cents. I just want $1. That's all. I just want $1. I want to eat that $1. I'll feel like I would have traded a lot more harder if I get my dollar here, as soon as I take my dollar, then I'll leave, I'll be done. But I want this dollar because I worked for it. This is my dollar to prove that the price is going up. It hasn't reached yet the next candle. So this dollar, I'll be waiting for this dollar. This dollar will be very, very fun to eat. I'm going to eat this dollar.
Eventually.
Well, decided to give me $2.50. Well, I'm going to take it and I'm going to eat it because I want it. It has to be used.